Good afternoon. I'm Chris Cavanaugh with Magellan Strategy Group. I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person today, but I'm looking forward to sharing the results of the work that a dedicated group of volunteers and myself have been working on for the last 6 months in the hope of creating a strategic tourism plan for Great and for Graham County. The plan I'm going to show you today is still in many ways a work in progress, but we are nearing the completion. I hope to have a final report completed within the next 30 days and delivered to Great for your further review and then to help guide strategic tourism development in Graham County for the next 10 years. The objectives of our plan are first to increase overnight and day trip visitation to Graham County, to generate more tourism-related revenue for the county and its businesses, to increase tourism-related employment, to provide more small business opportunities for both new and existing businesses, to increase the local tax base, and perhaps most importantly, to maximize travel and tourism and sustainable recreation opportunities as core contributors to business growth and quality of life, while protecting cultural and natural resources, the things that make Graham County so special. We identified in this study, through a great deal of feedback from community input sessions that have been going on since November, 5 tourism challenges in the county. The first is lack of opportunities for visitor spending. And looking at data that North Carolina Department of Commerce has put out over the last 20-something years shows that Graham County is actually losing market share to other destinations within the state, and certainly to other destinations across the Southeast. So we want to look for opportunities to grow visitor spending in the county. The first strategy for doing that is to extend the average length of visit to the county among visitors, in part to get more people to spend the night, and for those people who are spending the night, to get them to spend a longer time in the county. And we're going to motivate increased overnight visitation by, first, promoting the diversity of lodging. Graham County is fortunate in that it has a lot of different types of lodging, everything from traditional hotels and motels to resorts to small inns and certainly cabin and cottage rentals. We want to provide greater promotional connections between motorsports enthusiasts who are already coming to the county, many of whom are making a day trip, and lodging opportunities so that the county is considered more of an overnight destination for that particular audience. And we want to bundle activities and attractors together so that visitors can see that there's a critical mass of activity to keep them in Graham County for a longer period of time, and that they feel motivated to spend the night rather than just making a day trip. Our second strategy is to provide visitors with more spending opportunities to address the challenge of how do we drive increased revenue to Graham County. Our tactics include stimulating growth in new and existing small businesses through tourism micro-enterprise grants. This is a tactic that's being used successfully in a number of destinations across the U.S. To continue to invest in Socoa as the county's cultural hub, which is important not only for the preservation of the cultural assets in the county, but also as a way of driving overnight visitation. The concerts and other programs that Socoa puts on can do a lot to help bring people to the county and get them to stay here overnight. To develop a tourism-based partnership with Tri-County Community College, particularly its new culinary program, and Western Carolina University to stimulate small business growth and entrepreneurship, which is a focus of the university right now. To implement the Reimagining Robbinsville recommendations that will most stimulate growth of small businesses. There are a lot of good things in that plan that will help support the growth of business, particularly in Robbinsville downtown and along the bypass. And to work with non-tourism stakeholders to eliminate barriers to small business success. This means encouraging the growth of things like high-speed internet, better cell phone coverage, and other rules and regulations that need to be addressed that will help stimulate and encourage the growth of small business, which is vital to tourism. And then finally, to recruit new restaurants to the county. This is an important point because food and beverage is no longer just seen as an amenity. It's actually an attraction for many people. There are a lot of travelers now that will make their decisions on where to spend their time and money based on what restaurant offerings are in that particular destination. Our second strategic tourism challenge is that there's currently no well-defined market image for the county. And we think that we can raise Graham County's profile as a unique destination in a couple of ways. First is to develop and build upon a true destination brand for the entire county. One of the things I heard early on is that one of Graham County's perceived weaknesses is all the land that's owned and managed by state and federal government entities. That is a weakness indeed in terms of large-scale building development, but it also means that your land is, for the most part, greatly unspoiled. It's spectacular scenery that's been preserved by the state and federal government. It's certainly a very rugged environment. This is the one place that's still truly away from it all. And quite frankly, it's not for everyone, but that's okay, because we welcome everyone. But we understand that we're going to have to target our opportunities appropriately. In many ways, I believe that Graham County is the last wild place in North Carolina. As we've seen development across the southern Appalachians for the last 10 to 20 years, the number of places that are truly unspoiled and undiscovered has continued to be lessened. And I believe very strongly that this is a brand positioning that Graham County can own and do very well. It's bold, it's innovative, and it's certainly dynamic. It breaks through the clutter. Our next tactic for raising our profile as a unique destination is to create a true signature festival or event that supports that brand identity and helps put Graham County on the map as a unique destination. Festivals and events are an important part of creating brand awareness for a destination and for creating news stories and other types of advertising and promotional content about the destination, and doing something that's truly unique that celebrates local culture and the assets that you do have would help put Graham County further on the map. Our next strategy here to address this challenge is to identify and implement ways of communicating the destination's depth and breadth. I heard from many of you that Graham County is a unique and yet very complicated and complex destination that has a lot to offer. So we want to embrace public relations as the most cost-effective means of marketing the diversity of the county as that destination, of being able to tell your unique story. We want to promote niche opportunities to special interest audiences, such as people who are enthusiastic about fishing, about birding, those people who are coming to see your beautiful wildlife and your flowers and other types of plant life that are unique to Graham County and that can only be found here. We want to revamp the destination website to accomplish a greater range of marketing objectives. That destination website is incredibly important for selling the county. It is in many ways the gateway to how visitors will discover you and all there is to see and do here. We want to implement more online marketing to drive potential visitors to that destination website so that they'll understand what there is to do and see here very easily, and to really embrace all there is that makes this county special. Our next tourism challenge that we identified is that there are insufficient resources for destination marketing and tourism product development. So let's look at how we're going to address that. Under a strategy of identifying new resources for increased destination marketing, we believe it's important to increase the occupancy tax in Graham County to an equivalent level across the entire county, so that all hotels and motels in Graham County are charging the same tax level. We also think, though, that it's important to develop more marketing partnerships among all the different entities in the county that are promoting Graham County as a destination. Those are both on the public side and the private side. And there's a lot more opportunity for collaboration and partnership than what has previously been done. Our fourth strategic tourism challenge is that there's really no cohesive destination experience for the typical visitor. Again, this is a rather complex county in terms of all the things that you have to see and do, particularly with regards to relative to the number of people who actually live in Graham County. Relatively lightly populated county, you have an unbelievable number of stories to tell. So we want to leverage opportunities to provide greater connectivity to those many different visitor experiences. We want to work with the DOT to enhance county highway signage, to help people get around the county better and so that they don't get easily lost or confused. To implement the Reimagining Robbinsville wayfinding suggestions, which help create an identity for downtown Robbinsville and the rest of the community. We want to develop detailed visitor itineraries for both general interest travelers as well as those people who are coming here for hiking those motorsports enthusiasts that we discussed already, and other types of niche opportunities to keep them here longer and also to attract them here in the first place. Itineraries are a great way of showing that we've got something for you as a particular special interest audience. Along those lines, we also suggest developing a motor coach itinerary. You have relatively inexpensive lodging, which will be appealing to the motor coach audience. And you certainly have enough here for motor coach guests to come and visit for 24 to 48 hours. We suggest activities for multi-generational travel parties. Increasingly, many Americans are traveling in multi-generational parties with grandparents traveling with their kids and traveling with their grandkids. And you have a unique variety of lodging which is suitable for multi-generational parties. That will certainly help a great deal in terms of attracting larger numbers of visitors. We also want to do a better job of connecting visitors to the unique food and beverage opportunities that you have here. Increasingly, food and beverage is a big part of the destination experience, and you have a number of very unique and very satisfying experiences to offer to visitors. And then finally, in terms of leveraging opportunities for providing greater connectivity to those visit experiences, we want to support greater access to the county's destination experiences through more efficient transportation. By that means, we want to support the development of good roads, whatever those roads look like. And we want to make sure that they're properly maintained so that, again, people are easily able to access us, but also are willing to tell others about their experience after they've come here, that they've had a good experience with our roads. Our next strategy is to seek out ways to present a more cohesive visit experience. And our primary tactic here is to develop a new visitor-friendly welcome center in Robbinsville that will serve to showcase all of the communities in Graham County and all of the attractions in the county as well. It will be the central hub of visitor activity. It could be certainly a green facility. It could also be an opportunity for small business growth, where small businesses specializing in outdoor recreation, for instance, are able to offer those services at this facility. Our final strategic tourism challenge that we identified through your input is the need for a coordinated destination marketing effort. Currently, Graham County has 3 to 4 tourism development authorities, or official tourism marketing entities. And we believe it's important to create a destination marketing council that has representatives from each of those authorities and develop a formal marketing plan for the entire county each year. Ultimately, we'd love to see a formal destination marketing entity charged with marketing the county, much as is done in Boone and Watauga County and Salisbury and Rowan County. We can certainly preserve each tourism development authority as necessary. Our next strategy is to promote within the county the benefits of a vibrant tourism economy. We recommend bringing stakeholders in the county together to make at least one inner-city visit at least every other year to other destinations, other communities that have had similar challenges and can provide unique solutions to the same kinds of problems and challenges that you face. We recommend issuing an annual report detailing the achievements of the tourism sector within the last year and publicizing the industry's benefits to the community. We also suggest that we leverage tourism investment as a means of generating other economic activity. Tourism is just one strategy, it's just one part of the economic development toolkit, and we think it's an important part, but we can help leverage other development as well by promoting the county through tourism. We want to recruit more advocates and ambassadors for the tourism sector. Let's use local residents and frequent visitors to the county and get them involved in the destination's social media efforts. Let's allow them to promote the county through testimonials from residents and frequent visitors via both those social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and the destination website. We want to communicate more frequently within the county to its stakeholders about what's going on in both the public and the private sector that will impact tourism. And then finally, to partner with other local organizations to encourage residents and visitors alike to buy local, to again help stimulate small business growth. That small business growth is really important to growing the number of spending opportunities for visitors here in Graham County. Our last strategy, and again, perhaps one of the most significant things that we can do, is to support the preservation of the county's natural, historic, and cultural assets. And by that, we want to advocate for the growth of the local tourism economy, but we also want to continue to support and advocate for the protection of natural, historic, and cultural assets which motivate visitation to the county and which will generate not only new visitation, but also generate positive word of mouth about visitor experiences here. Now, we have one big, fat, hairy, audacious goal, one big objective here over the next 10 years to double annual visitor spending and the economic impact of tourism in Graham County in 10 years to $50 million. That's a big accomplishment, and we believe that you can do this by following this plan and implementing all the steps within. It's going to take a lot of hard work, and it's certainly going to take new resources for us to tap into. I look forward to continuing to work with you so that by the year 2025, Graham County's tourism economy is healthy, thriving, and continuing to grow, supporting local residents, new and existing small businesses, and providing our visitors with a great experience. Thank you very much for this opportunity to work with you, and I appreciate your time.